Hi. Kind of early today. It's not even 7 o'clock yet in the morning. I'm going to do some tarot card readings, see what comes up, hopefully have some fun. Maybe I'll make a buck or two. I'm hoping so. Let's see what happens. There's a bunch of dirt on my floor. One of my plants tipped over and a bunch of dirt spilled on the floor. And it's been there for like a week now. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's only been like 3 days or something. I don't know. Time is just, I don't even know what time is, but I think it's been like 2 or 3 days since that happened. But at some point today, I will clean that. I have to eventually, because I don't like looking at it. Okay, these are shuffled. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hang on. Shit. I put in the wrong thing. I am doing free readings today. Hang on. If you want to ask a free question, everybody gets one free question. I put the wrong thing in the description. Shit. I just probably fucked myself over for this live stream. But maybe if it's not too late, I can fix it. Anything, actually, this might lead to some new subscribers. Okay. Damn it. I feel like what's going to happen is everybody's going to get a notification that says something that I don't want it to say. I don't know really what's going to happen, how that works, but anyway, so I went to the witchy store yesterday, and I had to do some paperwork with the manager. And I'm almost done. There was just one thing I had to sign that I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how to fill it out, and neither did the manager. But I talked to some other person that works there, and figured it out. So, probably gonna go back there at some point in the next week or so. Drop that off. Damn it, I should just start this over. No one's gonna know I'm doing it for free. I am doing free readings today. The notification probably said something different, but I am doing free readings. Everybody gets a free question. If you look at the title of the video now, you'll see that I actually changed it. I accidentally put the wrong thing. I put the wrong thing in before. Hi, Sean. What's up? How you doing? Good morning, or whatever time of day it is for you. Hello. I feel kind of crazy right now. I'm like imagining all these things that I might be, and like I'm falling under some pretty dark spells, and it's making me feel terrible, obviously. And I don't know if I'm doing this to myself or like there's some kind of dark presence that just appeared that's like doing it to me. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's something else, if it's many things or I don't know. But I feel completely crazy and I need to give somebody a reading like right now. Oh, what are your plans? What are you gonna do for your birthday? What do you plan on? How do you plan on celebrating? What'd you say? You're turning 36? Or you either said you're turning 36 or you're 36 now, but not exactly a milestone birthday, but still, why not have as much fun as you can? Make a day of it. Mini golf. Wow, mini golf is fun. I haven't played mini golf in years. I used to love mini golf. I think I'm at the point now, like, I imagine myself playing mini golf, and I think I would lose my mind because I'd probably be so bad at it that I just want to break the fucking like. If I'm not immediately good at something, I just want to fucking like I'm not kidding you. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. I decided that I was going to make a painting, just because I was going insane in my head and I needed something to do, just to like do something with myself and stop thinking about stuff. And so I got a canvas and I was just thinking about what I could paint. And I decided, I guess, I don't even care if it comes out good, I guess, but I need to paint something. So I decided to start painting I was going to paint like a witchy cauldron that's like bubbling with fire underneath it, you know, just for something to do. And I was taking a pencil and I was sketching the outline on the canvas and it looked so terrible. I do have it in me to do a better job than what I was doing, but I was already feeling crazy and like I was doing such a terrible job that I just broke the canvas. I snapped it against my knee and I just broke it because I was just in no mood. Which was stupid of me to do because I wasted a canvas, but whatever. I couldn't. I think I do the best work when I'm like in the zone. You know what I mean? Like, not that I'm a super gifted artist to begin with. I make stuff that's okay, but you know. Oh. What are you painting? What are you what is it an image of? Oh. So it's like a portrait. I have tried to make portraits so many times, and you know what's funny? The best luck that I've had is painting myself for whatever bizarre reason. Not that they're the best things you've ever seen, but I have always done the best job if I was painting myself. Um, and although there was one time I tried to paint somebody else, I made a painting of one of my nephews, and it actually was kind of not bad. Like it kind of was similar to how the way he looks. So I kind of pulled that off a tiny bit, but any other time they look nothing like who I was going for. So Nimdaya wants to know which subjects are suitable for me to study. Okay. Although, you know, one time it wasn't a painting, but I made a sketch with a pencil. I sketched out one of my sisters and it actually came out really good. I don't know. I guess when it comes to like portraits, it's like more of a like almost I would almost say it's like a matter of luck for me because it's something that I'm not really getting. I wouldn't say I'm getting better at it. It's just I feel like if I actually pull it off, it probably isn't the case for everybody, but I feel like with me, it's usually somehow like a matter of luck if I actually like pull it off. Anyway. Yeah, but one time I drew my sister Carrie, and it was actually really good. Like it looked just like her. But out of all the sketches I've made, that was the only one that was accurate, I would say. The rest of them were cool. They're definitely cool drawings, but none of them. It's never who I'm going for. Well, Nindaya, I think something I'm seeing here is I think you should pursue some kind of healing profession. I can't really say much more than that. It's kind of a broad, like, uh, thing to say, but like either some kind of healing profession, like it could be therapy, giving someone therapy. It could be maybe even being a nurse, nursing, some kind of healing profession where you're really there to help people in either whether you're helping heal someone physically or spiritually. I think one of those things would be good for you. I do also get the sense that you should probably pursue something that does not take that long to study. Becoming a therapist, I think you have to go to school for at least like 4 years, I think. I'm not sure, but I think, and I'm probably just making this up, but like to be a therapist, I think you need to at least have a bachelor's degree. I don't know if that's true, but that sounds true in my head. But I think like nurses, you can become a nurse in like a year and a half. Um, I would say, because I feel like for you, it's probably best to pursue something that's not going to take too long. Maybe that's just suitable for just the type of person you are, or maybe it's just your situation is what is best for you. I really don't know. Anyway, okay. Hi, Sassy Libra. Hello. What's up? So what do the cards want to tell me? Okay. Let's see what comes up. Okay. Anyway, so okay, let me come back down to earth. Sassy Libra, what do the cards want to tell me? All right. I'm so like lost in my head right now. Well, the cards are, I think something that came up in the cards is that you really need to make things happen for yourself. Um, and, you know, you do have power within yourself, and, your power comes from your heart. Your power comes from your desire. And, it's like that fire that's within you. Because something tells me that right now you're kind of, I don't know if it's your state of mind or if it's just kind of where you're at, but you're kind of leaving too much up to the universe to deliver things unto you. I think that right now is a time in your life where you really need to start making things happen for yourself. Don't just, make some moves, will your body, your heart into going after things that you want in your life. And I think a lot of that has to do with career and money and finances, like getting a job or getting the stability that you're looking for. There are definitely things you can do to make that happen. And I think right now is the time for you to start making some moves for yourself instead of just hoping that it's just what life brings you, you know? And sometimes life will bring you some wonderful blessings. But I think right now, just try to have more of the mindset that instead of things coming to me, I'm going to go to them. You know what I mean? Okay. Akansh. Hi, Akansh. So will I get selected in EMRS Tier 2? Okay. I have no idea what that means, but I can definitely kind of basically read into whether it's good news or bad news. But that's easy. Okay. Let's see what comes up. I have to pee. Hi, Tia. What's up? You're welcome, Sassy Libra. I'm glad you found it helpful. Of course, I'm trying to do a good job doing this. I mean, what else would I be doing? All right. So, conch. Conch. So a conch. See, I don't when you ask me about this, I'm not even sure what that is that I'm not sure what you're asking me about. I'm assuming obviously it's some kind of, I don't know if it's a job or whatever. When you say will you get selected, you're obviously hoping that you're chosen for something. I feel like the answer is probably not good. Like I think I don't see this working out for you, but also I think it's important. There's something here that I think something you should do is inquire as to why not, because I just think for your own happiness, I think it would help you feel better to understand. Because I feel like what's going to happen is that you're not going to be selected for whatever this is, and it's going to bother you because you just can't understand why that would be the case. And just to give yourself some understanding and so you feel better and just get grounded in something, maybe inquire as to why, ask the forces that be why you weren't chosen. I think that's probably something that would help you move forward a little bit easier than if you didn't. Anyway. So Sean has a question. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Tia, I am reading your comments about the Pisces. Messy, messy, messy. Okay. So Sean, any message my highest self needs me to hear right now? Okay. So Sean, messages from your higher self. Okay. Let's see what comes up. Sean, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to like sort through the thoughts that are coming to me right now, and I'm just trying to get a clear thing. Well, Sean, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and just say this because, you come here pretty often and you always are pleasant and you always seem like you're in a good mood. But I'm seeing in the cards that maybe you kind of have been struggling a little bit with um, some kind of sense of powerlessness and kind of maybe feeling lost. So what I'm seeing in the cards is it's troubling. It's nothing like dark or scary, but it's just I'm seeing just a person that's maybe kind of going through a hard time. But I guess, my message to you is that all in good time, problems work themselves out. I think I think you as a being, every level of you, problems just work themselves out. And just because, I don't think there will ever come a day when you have a perfect existence. I think that's like absurd to even say. But like, you know, struggles that you go through, I think are just through some kind of forces. I don't know what the forces are, but your problems are going to work themselves out. And you know, just give it time, I guess. And I think there will come a day when you have a lot more confidence in yourself. Maybe that day hasn't come. Maybe that day isn't here right now, but I think that day will come, when you have more of a grip on a sense of self. Okay, not a big deal. I mean, it's a troubling looking reading, but it's not really anything I would say is like a big deal. Just, you know, it's just something that'll work itself out anyway. Okay, I'll be right back. I have to pee so bad. I feel better. Okay, let me see who's up next. Hi, you don't know me. I'm gonna call you SNS because to call you that's weird. Hello, people. So I think up next is Tia Bia. I wanted to know, how does Jay the Leo feel about me? He's an ex. I've run into him twice this week, and he just stares. Okay. Yikes. All right. Okay. Alrighty. So so Tia, you want to know about Jay the Leo's feelings about you. He's your ex, and you just want to maybe get a little bit of a sense. Okay, well, I think he still really likes you. I see nothing but good energy here. Hmm. So, Tia, I'm seeing nothing but good energy. And I have three cards here. They're all positive, good cards. And one of them is a super positive card, probably the best one in the deck. Um, it's all good energy, but I'm kind of confused because I don't really see anything I don't really see romantic energy. I mean, I don't know if this helps you, but I feel like on the one hand, he actually still really likes you. He thinks very fondly of you. But on the other hand, it's not like in a romantic way. Um, I don't know if he was still like romantically interested in you. I imagine that the universe would have given me a different looking reading if that's what I was meant to say. So I just think looking at this, I'm not getting the sense that he likes you romantically, but he does still really kind of adore you. Um, but I don't know. I'm just kind of confused about the whole thing. Um, I mean, I almost get the sense he's maybe, this is just a theory, but I almost I almost have a feeling that if this is true, then it almost seems like he's the type of person that would probably, I imagine he would almost approach you with some kind of offer of friendship. Because I don't think he wants you as a girlfriend again. I'm not getting that sense, but I think he does. I mean, if he does still really like you, I think at the very least he's going to want a friendship with you. It's kind of the sense I get. And I also get the sense he's still like aware of you, like either you're still friends on Facebook or maybe he follows your Instagram or something, but I feel like he's does kind of still I get the sense that he kind of keeps up with you in a way. He shows interest in your life. Okay. Hi, Tamara. Hello. You're welcome, Tia. Anyway, so Tamara has a question. I think you're up next. Oh no, I skipped somebody. So I think, hang on. Okay, so up next is Unknown to the World. Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. What is Henry Para future actions towards me? Okay. Henry. I like your name, by the way, Sabrina. It always makes me think of the witch Sabrina. I used to love that show. I spent like 9 months in a mental hospital when I was younger. And by younger, I mean like 10 years ago. And I remember it was like a nightly ritual of mine. In the mental hospital, I would watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch on my phone while lying in bed. It was either Sabrina the Teenage Witch or I'd be watching Dr. Pimple Popper. I was sick. In some ways, I'm a lot better, and in some ways, I'm a lot worse. You know, I guess that's life. All right. So anyway, Sabrina wants to know about Henry's future actions towards her. Let's see what comes up. I don't know. Sabrina. I feel like is it true that Henry, this person, it's some kind of romantic thing, right? I mean, there's something hinting at that in the cards. I feel like there's something that's not quite right between the two of you, because there's a card here that talks about, like, I'm getting this sense of like confusion and also this feeling like I'm not ready to take the next step. And just both of those things together in my head, it just sounds like it's not exactly the perfect situation between the two of you. And but okay. Um all right. Um okay. Well, I do kind of get the sense there is a good card here. I do see something good. Um, but if I'm right about everything else, I would say give him time. It sounds it. I'm getting the sense from listening to you that you probably want him too. Um, but I would say give him some time. Now that I have a clearer picture of what's going on, I would say give him some time because either I can't. I don't know, because there is a card here that's saying something about that he's not ready to be with you, and there must be some kind of reason for that, whether it's he's in the process of ending a different relationship, or maybe it could be something completely different, like um, it could be something about school or some other job he has. I'm not sure, but I think if you give it time, probably like a few more weeks, maybe a month, or maybe even a month and a half or so, I think that something will come of it. All right. Okay. SNS, I want to talk to my father. Is there any way I can contact him? Okay. Let's see what comes up. So, SNS, is there any way I can contact him? So, you want to contact your father, or you're wondering if there's a way you can. Let's see what comes up. So SNS, you've been coming here. This is like the third or fourth time you've come here. And I think most of the time you were asking about your father. Now, I think there is a way. I feel like there's definitely a way you could contact him. There's some kind of trick you could pull up out of your sleeve to make that happen. There's a card here that's saying that there is absolutely a way that you can, but there's also kind of these cards are hinting at something, which is that even if you contact him, it's not going to change the way you think about him, and it's not going to change the way you feel about him, even if you do contact him. And that must mean that even if you contact him, the words he speaks and the things he says, it's just not going to change anything about it anyway. I mean, it seems kind of like a bad idea to even go down that road, but because I think you're just going to hit a wall. But I mean, there's definitely a way you can. And who knows, maybe it might in some bizarre way actually be good for you to call him or find him somehow, because maybe it would just give you clarity that maybe it's just never going to change between the two of you. But feel like it's probably just not even a good idea. But I think there is a way. All right. Somehow, and I think it's kind of something that's takes a little bit more digging. But all right. So Tamara, may I have a general reading for this month? Okay, let me see what comes up. Oh, yikes. Driving me nuts. So Tamara wants a general reading for March. Can you guys believe it's March 1st? I'm so happy. Well. So, Tamara, what I'm seeing is that March might be a little bit tricky for you. I just see that you're kind of involving yourself in something that you really don't need to involve yourself in. And you're kind of, in March, I see that you're going to be like creating struggles for yourself. And I feel like this has to do with a person. Because I feel like in this situation, you absolutely have the power to remove yourself from this problem. So that to me could only mean that it's some kind of person, or someone else's problems are now becoming your problems. And it's like you're involving yourself and it just seems very draining. And like, I guess my advice to you is just separate yourself from it, because I feel like this is something where you absolutely have the power to get out of it yourself. You're because I feel like you're the one keeping yourself there. Um, I mean, it's wonderful to be a friend, but kind of read the situation and just know that, like, this is not my problem, and like, I can't involve myself in this. Um, that's all. All right. Hi, Aesthetic Delta. Hello. Hey, Marco, how will it go when I ask Alejandro to meet today? We had a big convo about it on Saturday. Apparently, Alejandra, sorry, I read that wrong. Alejandra, apparently she misconstrued my reply and blamed me, but I put it out there so we could figure something out. Okay. So how will it go when I ask Alejandra to meet today? Okay. Right, okay. Got it. Well, Aesthetic Delta, I mean, I think what I'm seeing is that she will be agreeable, and I think she's going to go along with it. I do see maybe she's going to express some kind of well, I mean, on the one hand, I think she'll be agreeable, and I definitely think she's going to go along with your offer. But at the same time, I kind of get the sense that she has the wrong idea about where you're coming from. So I guess just be ready for that, which that makes sense anyway because of everything else you just said. She got upset about something that clearly was not your intention. She's kind of has it twisted a little bit, the situation. And I think there's probably going to be more of that. But I think she will go along with what you say. Anyway. All right. Do I really have to pee again? So Love Mia has a question. Can I ask Sag feelings and intentions currently? Okay. Love Mia wants to know about the Sag's feelings and intentions. I'm going to focus on the feelings because usually if we know a person's feelings, we can usually guess their intentions and actions. I mean, love Mia. I mean, I get the sense he does like you, romantically. Definitely a romantic looking reading. There's something I'm a little confused about, which I can't really figure out what it means, but I mean, I definitely get the sense that he does like you. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm confused because you just left a comment and you said that, what did you said, yesterday he told me he wasn't into me, but again, we have been seeing each other for over a year. So I don't know if I don't know why he would say that, or I mean, I'm not even sure what was said because you might have just misunderstood what he was saying, but I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean, you might obviously clearly know what he said. I wasn't there. I don't know. But I do still get the sense that he does like you. So even if he did say that, I don't know why he would say that. Um, and it also just doesn't make sense. I mean, if he wasn't into you, he would like break up with you. But I mean, unless he's like a crazy person, um, I mean, it's like absurd. But anyway, I think what's going to happen is he's going to continue to date you and do nice things for you. I'm getting a little behind, I think. Okay. So Aziza, hi Aziza. Aziza, advice from spirit. Okay, Aziza, advice from spirit. I have to pee again. Okay, I'm gonna do this question and then I'm gonna take a piss and make another cocktail. Okay, Aziza, advice from spirit. You're welcome, love Mia. So Aziza, I see a lot of good things going your way. Um, so Aziza, I would say that, life's not perfect. And I mean, there are good people, there are bad people. Um, but, you know, what I'm seeing is that, um, I think a lot of the things that bother you, I feel like they're just in your imagination. I mean, you do have the power to imagine really anything. There's nothing you can't imagine. And I feel like a lot of what's bothering you is just things in your own imagination. I mean, because you do have the power to imagine bad situations. I mean, of course, it would at least be in your power to go to that place in your mind, just like you can imagine very good things. But just my advice to you is just to try to stay grounded and live in your reality. And because I think you're stepping into a time where a lot of things are actually going to be working out for you. And things that you've been putting energy into, you're going to start reaping benefits from that. And also, I just see a lot of good luck around you. I see you being in the right place at the right time. And I see good fortune coming your way. So, when blessings come, don't like poo poo your own blessings. And, I would try to get your imagination in check because I think you're kind of bothering yourself. Um, I mean, of course, you can imagine bad things, you know, no matter how perfect someone's life is. And it would still at least be possible to imagine the worst, It would, I mean, of course, you would, anybody would at least want the ability to imagine anything. Um, I would at least want to be able to, but it doesn't usually reflect what your reality is actually like. Just don't think the worst about what's going on. Rejoice in your blessings. Alrighty. Um, all right, I'm going to use the bathroom and then I'm going to go to um, I'm going to go to on, what does that say? Um, on Dawn. On Dawn. All right, give me like 1 minute. I'm back. All right. Okay, let me just take a quick break for just a second. I'm just going to smoke a quick bowl of tobacco, and then I'm going to get back to the questions. Yeah. All right, so, hey, Undon. Hey, I have a crush on a man, F, for 6 years. Is he having real feelings for me? Will we be lovers? When will it happen? He once said he had feelings for me, but we're long distant now. All right, I'm sensing a lot of problems with this. Maybe I'm being judgy. All right, let me pull some cards. Let me see what comes up. Let's see what comes to my sight. Okay. I'm just going to get a sense of kind of what I'm really going to focus on right now is how he feels about you and kind of what's in his heart about you is what I'm going to focus on. Because I think if we know that, or if we can get some kind of clue into that, we can probably figure out the rest. Okay. Sorry, I just thought of something in my head that was completely ludicrous. I'm a lunatic. Anyway. Do you ever do that? Like think of something and start laughing and then you feel like a psycho? I remember that would happen to me like when I was in high school. Because I'm always thinking the most crazy stuff and sometimes I find it really funny. I remember there would be times I'd be like walking to school and I would think of something just funny and absurd and I would start laughing. And then it would be like I would suddenly feel embarrassed because God forbid anybody saw me doing that. I'm like I appear to be like a schizophrenic, like laughing at nothing, walking down the street. You know, to an onlooker, I probably look insane, but I'm going to write that word down in my book of magic. Onlooker. There's an idea. Okay. So, Andan, I actually do get the sense that he does have love for you in his heart. There is a part of him that, you know, I think in another life, in some other parallel dimension, I think that you honestly could be together. I mean, I just get this sense from these cards that, I mean, it's kind of a sad situation because I think that there is something in him that he does actually have feelings for you. Um, but I feel like those feelings are kind of in the past, and there's probably still a part in his heart somewhere where he does still like you. But I just, it's the cards kind of want me to relay a message to you, which is that you should probably just move on from this idea, this guy, um, because you're just kind of, I don't know. I would say get optimistic about the future and someone completely new and new things. And, you know, I mean, you never know. You could be walking you could be at a store and bump into some stranger, some guy who, you know, you strike up a conversation and one thing leads to another. And then a few weeks later, you could be on a date, or you could meet a guy at the mall or online or through a friend. You just never know what could happen, but just be open to things that are new. Anyway, all right. Because I feel like this is all just old news. All right. So Capricorn. Hey, can I ask if A wants to get rid of my personality? Oh, what the fuck? Can I ask if A wants to get rid of my personality? All right. So, let's see what comes out. All right. Can I ask what A wants to get rid, or can I ask if A wants to get rid of my personality? So what are A's feelings and intentions? That's what I'm going to look into. You know, Capricorn Sun, I get the sense that this person does have good intentions. And I don't know, like I kind of get a feeling, I mean, if tarot cards do work, and I don't see why they can't. If tarot cards do work, then I feel like he's coming from a good place. And you know, because I was wondering what his intentions are and kind of his feelings in his heart, like where is he coming from? And I see nothing but good energy. So I would say maybe just have a little bit more faith in him. And I would almost imagine if I'm right about this, then that would kind of mean that he's probably usually very nice to you. Or because I mean, I'm not there, I don't know. But I would almost imagine that he treats you pretty well. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of don't know what to make of it because part of me thinks, well, why would you even ask unless something wrong was going on? Um, but oh, okay, I'm right. Oh, yay, I'm right. Yes, sweet. All right, moving on. Booyah! You're welcome. Oh, I'm happy. Yay! I love being right. Fuck yeah! Yes. Oh shit. High ethereal vibes. Why is N taking it slow? Okay, let me see. Let's see what comes up. Well, ethereal vibes. I think this person, I don't know if that's a he or a she, but I think N is just doing what makes him or her comfortable. Because the sense I get, I don't, I pulled three cards and I don't see anything that's like suspicious or like fishy. It seems pretty innocent to me. Like, I mean, and I also get the sense I'm not really seeing much that would indicate romance in these cards. So that I feel like that means something. But Like this is a friend of yours or something. Is this a friend of yours, or I don't know. I almost get a little confused, but I think he's just doing what makes him comfortable. And I mean, all I can really say that I feel confident about is that like it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing fishy or dark or anything questionable and problematic. It just sounds like he's just trying to, feel good. All right, that's all I'll say. So, Don, the sense I got from the cards is that I think, like I said, I think he still does like you. It's in his um it's in his heart to, he does like you romantically, but there was a card there that talked about, it's like I also got the sense that he sort of moved on at the same time. So like, you know, I almost do get the sense that you're not the only person that he sort of is involved with. Um, it's like you do hold a space in his heart, but I feel like so does at least one other person. It could be more than one person, but at least one other person, because I feel like there's something or someone else also. Um, but it's because there's a part of him that still likes you. That's the only reason. That's what it all boils down to. It's because he wants to. And the card I was talking about, and I can never remember which one it is, but it was in reverse, and it's that cups card. It's like an image of, there's like cups on top of each other, but there's a space missing where there should be a cup, and in the distance there's like this person. It's kind of questionable whether it's a guy or a girl, but there's this person like walking into the distance. Um, that's what kind of made me wonder about the whole thing. But anyway, that's where I'm coming from. Swati, hi, can I ask if AV is into me romantically? All right. So let me see what comes up. So, Swati, I'm going to look into how this person feels about you. What are this person's feelings? Well, okay. Swati, I get the sense. I'm not seeing any cards about romantic feelings. Um, if anything, I'm seeing like someone who's kind of distressed about something. Um, I don't know. It seems upsetting. Um, I don't know. Swati, I just get the sense that there's something between the two of you that's kind of messy. And like on the one hand, this person kind of needs you, but on the other hand, this it's just kind of a mess. So, um, but something I can definitely say is that I'm not seeing any cards here that talk about um, romantic feelings. I mean, there's not a single card here that even hints at the idea of romance. Hi, Arcel. What's next for me in love? All right, let me see what comes up. Oh. Okay. Arcel, let's see what comes up. Um, well, Arcel, first of all, I think you will find true love someday. Um, I don't think that's going to be for a while. I think that's kind of further down the road. I mean, I don't know if it's in like 2 years or 3 years or whatever, but I think you will find true love. And I think you're going to be married and very, very happy and just deeply in love with a wonderful spirit. I think I do also feel drawn to say that right now is a time in your life when you should not even be thinking about love and romance. Um, I feel like now is a time in your life to focus on other things besides romance. Um, I think now is the time in your life to find some faith and um, maybe confidence in yourself. And just kind of, I think now is the time to sort of get things right within yourself and within your spirit, and maybe live life a little bit more. Um, but I think, like I said, you will find true love, but that's not until later, further down the line. I think now is the time in your life to really kind of get yourself together and figure out who you are and what you want to do, what your dreams are. All right. You're welcome. I really just want you guys to have fun. Um, I want you guys to find this to be fun, um, and actually, I truly hope to um, do something good for you guys. So Taylor, or what does that say? Yeah, Taylor. Taylor, thank you very much for the money. So you sent me $10, and you also do get a free question too. Everybody gets a free question. So, I mean, for you, I'll do like, I'll do 5 questions. So let me see. I wanted to know if giving the letter I just spent several hours writing Ahmed will be a good idea. I have a bad reputation with giving letters during oh gosh. During retrograde. Maybe this will change that because this time I'm going into it grounded. Okay. Letters, that is so old school. So, let me see. That's so funny though. No, I like writing too. I've thought about maybe starting to write letters, but I almost think someone might find it strange if I write them a letter because they're going to be like, why won't you just text me or something? But it always makes me think of that scene in Practical Magic when that witch is writing a letter to her sister, and it's just the most heartfelt, beautiful letter. And I just kind of fantasize about writing letters to people, but I want to I want to do that. I need to find someone to write letters to. Anyway, back to you. So you want to know if giving the letter you just spent several hours writing Ahmed is a good idea. Okay. Yes. Taylor, I think it is a very good idea to write this letter, and I think it's a good idea to send it. And I actually do get the sense that maybe it might make him a little uncomfortable because I feel like this letter, you're really trying to make something right. And I think you honestly have, I get the sense from these cards that you truly honestly have the good intention just to clear the air and to make things right between you and this person. Because I feel that's the sense I get. Because on the one hand, I think it's going to make him uncomfortable, but also you're coming from a good place. It's that kind of vibe. So I think it's a very good idea. And you can't worry about how it's going to make him feel because you know what you wrote and you know that you have good intentions. And it's not like I think everything you said in the letter was actually very kind, honest, and you're really just trying to make things work better, to get the gears turning between the two of you. It all seemed, I get the sense it's very good what you wrote, but at the same time, it's going to kind of make him feel uncomfortable. So that's the kind of thing where it would make me think all of this stuff. But I think it's a good idea. And it's good for your sanity. And I actually think, and I think his feelings are going to change about it. I think he probably will notice eventually that what you said was good. I think initially it might make him feel kind of bad about probably himself, but I think he will probably see the light and he'll be able to see what's right in front of him. So it's a good idea. Now, what is your next question? Is Ahmed hiding something from me or even himself about what happened? So is he hiding something? So, Taylor, the sense I get from these cards and the vibe that I'm picking up on about what's going on, I feel like he doesn't even know. Like, I think there's a lot of confusion in his head. And something tells me that I think he is just kind of messed up in the head. And I think he just doesn't even know what the truth is anymore. And he kind of just has the wrong idea about the situation. And I feel like there's a lot of mental chaos. So I don't think he's hiding anything from you. I believe, and what I'm seeing in these cards is that, like, I don't think he's up to anything fishy. I don't think anything like that. Um, I think he's just dealing with a lot and he's a little misled. But I don't think he's hiding anything. I think, let me put it this way, Taylor. Everything is just the way it seems. He's an idiot. And the way things seem is exactly the way it is. He has no clue that he's even thinking the wrong thing. I don't think necessarily he's a bad person. I don't think he's a monster. I don't think he's a bad person, but he's definitely misguided. You know, and I think he probably benefits from things that are put in simple terms. And maybe he's someone that benefits from kind of examples or for instances, stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, these are the cards I'm looking at. And with these two cards, and often cards that want to work off of each other, they almost always are right next to each other in the spread. I think it's just mentally his mind is, because, and the way I'm reading into this also is that, like, if he was hiding something, that would kind of speak of some kind of evil intention. I don't see anything in these cards that's like evil or dark or like shady. I don't see anything that's like shady. What I'm seeing is someone who doesn't have it right in their head. Um okay. Well, so what is your next question? I'm gonna let you type in another question, and let me just go to the bathroom real quick. I have to pee. Again, I've been live for like an hour and a half, and I've peed like 7 times. Hi. Is Ahmed getting misconstrued info from his best friend Mikey about me? Because Ahmed showed up unannounced at work yesterday and pissed both myself and his friend off. Wow. All right. Okay. All right. So is Ahmad getting misconstrued info from his best friend Mikey? So well, there's definitely a card here about influence. Once again, I don't think, I have the devil here, and going off of everything else that I've said, or so far with all the other cards I've pulled, and then this spread, when I see the devil upright, I always think about usually mental illness. And I mean, and there's another card here that showed up again, and then the Fool. It seems to me, I don't think anyone's saying anything to him. I don't get the sense that like anyone's telling him this stuff. I think he's just, like I said before, misguided, and not necessarily by anyone else. I think this is all internal stuff in his head. And who knows? I mean, what causes a person to be misguided in the first place? I think it has to do with probably how he grew up and just how he as a person developed over time. And like, I mean, people usually just do the best they can, but like, I think he just has developed into the person he is, and he just maybe thinks in kind of a twisted way about certain things. I mean, once again, this is what I'm looking at. And once again, cards that like to work off of each other are usually right next to each other in the spread. The Fool and the Devil, uh they kind of work off of each other the way I read cards. On the one hand, or just, he's someone that kind of has his own inner demons. And once again, it's not that he's a bad person. He just is kind of fucked up in the head. Like, I think that's all it is. And I think not only is he kind of misled by his own thoughts, but on top of that, he has a very active mind. So he's got a lot going on in his head, and a lot of it is kind of bizarre stuff. And this showed up, I think, in the very last question you asked me. Or was it the time before that? No, it was the very last question. I think it just showed up again to kind of reiterate something in my mind. Anyway, so why is he taking it all out on me? Not to mention, why did he hook up with me in the first place? Sorry, this is all out of the blue. I swear I'm good at reading, or I should say I read well, but there's something about reading comments. It's like, I think it's because my computer is like far away and the letters are so tiny. And something about it being on like a screen is different too. Anyway, so why is he taking it all out on me? I have a feeling I know what's going to come up in these cards, and I mean, I could be wrong, but I just whatever. Let me see what comes up. Well, okay. Um, well, I think Taylor, I think the way that you put that was, if I'm right about this, I think you put that the right way because he really is taking things out on you. I mean, you're not wrong about that. That you're not. I feel like for you to say that, that's not like a ridiculous thing to say. Because what I'm there's a card here about conflict, um, and I think you're right when you say that because what I'm seeing is him kind of being combative towards you. Um, you know, but once again, I just think that he's the type of person that gets overwhelmed with things and then his mind races and then he finds himself getting frustrated and overwhelmed and he takes it out on other people. I mean, I know, like, I can name a few people off the top of my head in my life that are like that. And I know they're not evil people. I think people just get crazy sometimes. You know, there is honestly a difference between someone who's just pure evil and someone who's just crazy. Because some crazy people, like, are not evil. It's just they might act out because they're coming from a crazy place in their mind. Um, so I just think that that's what's going on. Um, but anyway, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. He's just a nut. He's a nut job. He's just a crazy person. I don't want. I mean, I certainly don't think he's evil, but and I think he's someone that probably. I mean, I have to believe this is true, but I have faith in the universe that probably over time, I think whatever issues he's dealing with, I have faith that probably they'll just get worked out by the spirits, the universe, energy, magic, the great powers that brought this all together. I think whatever he's dealing with will work itself out of his system, and probably someday he'll be of much more sound mind. Just however that needs to happen, or just, I think it will happen, but um, I think it's also he's probably, it's not gonna be an easy process for him either, because I think that um, he's gonna do what feels safe. And I feel like he's someone who gets in habits, and he's someone who does things sort of habitually. And I think that someone like him, it's kind of hard to expect him to change overnight because it's so woven into this person's being. And I think he will change, but it's something that's going to be probably gradual. And I mean, I see a lot of kind of bad habits to break, whether it's physical things that he does or ways that he thinks about things. But you know, I think it probably will change, but it's not going to be overnight. It'll work itself out. Well, Taylor, I mean, what else are we doing here besides some kind of magical exercise? But like, you know, um, I don't see him. I don't. He doesn't have some kind of like crazy agenda. He might be a crazy person, but he's not like evil, and he doesn't have some kind of like fucking crazy person agenda. The only reason the only and this isn't like a psychic thing that I'm doing. I just, as a logical person, and if the rest of these cards that I've been pulling add up, the only reason he probably hooked up with you in the first place is because he probably thought you were pretty, and he probably just felt attracted to you. It's not because it probably doesn't go much deeper than that with this guy. He probably just thought you were pretty, you were there, and something like that. I mean, that what else honestly could it even be? If I'm right about the rest of what I've said, then it's just because he thought you were pretty. Um, and maybe you said something that he found funny and interesting. Um, I mean, what else in God's green earth could that be? I have got to figure out how to whatever. Right where the chat is, right where the chat is, sometimes these things will come out the side of the screen, and it's always something different, like renew your whatever, renew your uh, computer protection plan, and then next time it'll be like renew your security system, and it pops up and it gets right in the way of the new comments. And it's like, do I let people deal with that? It's so annoying. When I think about it, it's like, leave me alone. Like, what? Why does this thing keep popping up on my computer screen? Whoever, it's like some kind of like dumb fucking thing that was built into this computer that like won't leave me alone. That would literally, I'm a person that would annoy anybody. Like, what the fuck? Who thought of that? Why would someone program this computer to do that? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. That would annoy any normal person. So why have it? Like, why does it have to be there? So how many questions have you asked? I feel like you have like one or two left. Let me count them. Okay, so um, 1, 2, 3, Yeah. So Taylor, feel free to ask another question. You got another one. You have one more question to ask. Could be about Ahmed, could be about something else. Did he feel safe around me? Okay. That's actually a fascinating question. That's a fascinating question. That's actually a really interesting question to ask. I wonder. Huh. Let's see what comes up. Damn it. Okay, Taylor. God, another day. What am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do today? Oh. No. Oh. I need to get a job. I need to work. I need to get a job like fucking ASAP. I mean, I love doing this, but I need like something a little bit more substantial that has nothing to do with magic. Ugh. I need help. So Taylor, something I've come to is that I get the sense that he did feel off. It's not that he felt. It's not. When he was around you, I think he tried to disguise this very well. He definitely made an effort to disguise this. Um, he did feel off, but not. It's not that he felt unsafe. I think it's more the vibe that he felt dumb around you. And what this tells me is that you must come across as somebody who's very sharp. Um, And I feel like there was something about when he was around you, he just felt like people thought he was dumb or less than, um, kind of gave him some confidence problems. And maybe he felt like he wasn't as smart as you, that kind of a thing. But um, it's not that he felt unsafe. I wouldn't, I mean, if I think if the vibe was more this feeling of being unsafe, I think there are definitely other cards that would have conveyed a message like that a lot better than the ones I got. Um, anyway, these are the cards I got. Yeah. So, like, I don't see, definitely with these two cards, I can see that something's off. But if it was a feeling of being unsafe, it would have been like, the Eight of Swords, or, it would, I mean, there are other cards that would have expressed that more if it was that kind of a thing. By the way, Taylor, maybe I shouldn't say this. It's really not a good idea to date coworkers, um, or even if you didn't date them, just to even hook up with them. Probably not a good idea. Wendy Williams says that. Everybody says that, and I'm sure there's probably a good reason for that. I don't know. I mean, I don't really. I mean, I get it. I mean, if someone's cute, they're cute, but definitely, probably, I have to. I have to accept. I mean, everybody says that, and I don't know why, but there's got to be a reason that's true. I can think of a few reasons, but probably not a good idea to. Um, okay. No, I know you said that. You said in all of your 26 years, you've never been with anyone. I'm just saying, just something to think about in your next job, because you just said you're quitting soon, which probably is a good idea because that's kind of toxic energy. But just in your future jobs, probably not a good idea to do that. All right. Okay. I mean, everybody says that. But thank you very much for the donation. I always say donation, but it's really just a payment. Um, I don't know. I felt because people back in the day used to tell me that you're supposed to call it a donation for. I think it was for some kind of legal reason, but I don't even get that. I don't. I mean, I don't know why you would have to do that, but unless I don't know. But so hi, Marina. Um, what's coming towards me in love? Okay, but yeah, Taylor. Bottom line is, and what we've come to is, he's crazy. He's not evil, but he's nuts. Just so you can have some peace in your heart. It's not that he's an evil person. He's just a crazy person. Harmless but crazy. Okay. Marina, what's coming towards me in love? Okay. Let's see what comes up. Marina, are you still here? Because I don't want to answer your question if you're not even here. And while you're typing in your question, I'm going to go make another drink. This will be my last drink for at least a while. So give me like 1 minute. I'm back. Okay, so Marina, what was the question? Let me look. What's coming towards me in love? All right, Marina. Let me see what comes up. All right, Marina. Okay. You want to know what's coming in love? Let's see what comes up. Marina, I'm not seeing much happening in your love life anytime soon. Well, Marina, I see good things happening for you. I feel like now is a time in your life when um, you're really kind of getting things together for yourself, and things are really happening for you in some good ways, and you definitely have yourself to thank. And like, I don't. I mean, I'm sure you will find love eventually. I feel like that's not until much further down the line. Which in all probability, I'm assuming you're probably like pretty young. Um, because I get the sense that however old you are, I just see so much life ahead of you. I feel like there is such a long future ahead of you as you stand right now. So I think love should not even be a concern of yours. And but at the same time, rejoice in all the success that you're having now. All right. Okay. Hi, Shivani. Hello. So you want a reading about your in-laws. Do you want me to just pull some cards and get a sense of maybe some kind of message I can give you, or do you have like a specific question that you want answered? If you want, I can just pull some cards and get a kind of a feel for something. Yeah, Marina, I think everything's going to be fine. You'll have a good life, I'm sure. I'm sure you'll never settle for anything less. I mean, you'll always create a good life for yourself, no matter what. I mean, that's just in your nature. If things aren't good, you fix them and make them better. That's just what you do. Of course, obviously. And plus, at this rate, I think things are certainly on their way up. So, will they ever like me? Okay. Shivani wants to know if her in-laws will ever like her. I have been going through extreme anxiety because of how much they expect of me. Yikes. Okay. All right. Well, let me see what comes up. So, Shivani, okay. You know, Shivani, your in-laws do not hate you. Um, it's they do like you, but they are who they are, and you know, I feel like what I'm seeing is that this is more a problem you're dealing with, and I just think that like the pressure that you're under, I don't see that it's ever going to go away. But I also get the sense that that more has to do with you and what's going on internally with you. Because on the one hand, I think they like you. I think your in-laws like you. I think you're just putting too much pressure on yourself. It's not so much pressure from them. It's something that you're kind of putting on yourself. Um, but and you know, and especially the father, your in-law, the man, he does like you a lot. All right. It might not seem like he does because maybe he might be very opinionated and maybe comes across as a little bit harsh, but maybe that's just who he is. I think he likes you. um, and I mean, everyone's different, you know, but just know in your heart that they do like you. All right. Okay. What is coming in my love life single? Hi, Mumita. Hello. Hi, Mumita. You want to know what's coming in your love life? Let me see. Let me see. Mumita. Yeah, but Shivani, you know, you never really know where someone's coming from. You know, what you're seeing as being what you're seeing as her being passive aggressive, you know, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it, I think it depends more on where she's coming from in her heart. It might not be I guess you never really know what her intention is. And I kind of get the sense that she doesn't have bad intentions. If she ever comes across as you think she's being rude, you just never really know where she's coming from, because she might be dealing with some kind of mental demon that has nothing to do with you. And maybe that's just what's coming out of her energy at that time. You just never really know where someone is really coming from when they do what they do. And who knows, maybe you're just like not reading the situation right, is the sense I get. Um, you know, anyway, it might not be her intention to just be mean and evil. You know what I mean? That might not be the dynamic of what's going on with that spirit, you know? Okay. So Mumito wants to know, what is coming in my love life? Okay. What's coming in my love life? Let's see what comes up. Bada bing. Okay. Well, Mumita, I'm seeing that there's going to be someone kind of out of the blue who's going to start flirting with you. And take the hint when it happens. Don't make up a bunch of nonsense in your head. Someone is going to be flirting with you, and understand that that is exactly what's happening, and roll with it. I mean, in your love life, I'm seeing some good energy. Not perfect, but it's good. But I almost feel like there's a part of you that's like afraid of love. Maybe, I don't know what exactly that is. But all I'm saying is that if it is clearly obvious that somebody is flirting with you, flirt back. And, you know, find creative ways to take things to the next level, while still maintaining a level of mystery and kind of, I don't know, something like that. All right. Okay. Good stuff. Oh, I love drinking. This is fun. I'm having fun. I have to get another candle. My candle went out like a half hour ago. It's probably even been longer than that. I always like to have a little candle burning next to me. It reminds me that anything is possible. Don't ever let anyone tell you, don't ever let anyone tell you that certain things are impossible. There is absolutely nothing that is, I would say, impossible. I mean, I think the fact that life is happening is proof enough. And, you know, anything is possible. So follow your dreams. There's no dream too big or wild that it can't come true and be real and true in every sense of those two words. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab a candle. I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. I don't want to get that crap on my hands. Okay. Well. Okay. I'm having fun. I have nothing else to do today. I'm just wondering what I'm going to do today. I really need to get a job. Actually, I should check. I should see if I might be able to work today. That would be amazing if I could. No, nothing. Damn it. Although the weather is going to be kind of shitty today. It's going to be like snowing and snowy and gross. See, I'm in a weird situation. I don't really know. I guess if I could make a wish right now, I wish I could, well, I don't know. But I really need to start working again. And I love doing this for you guys, and I love doing tarot card readings. And lately, I've been making a little bit more money than usual doing this. But I really want to do something where I get out of my apartment and I get to be with the other three-dimensional people. I really want to go back to work at Dunkin' Donuts. Just maybe like 2 days a week. I've been getting this scent in my nose. I think it's a spirit. It's happened ever since I started this live stream. It's been like 2 or 3 times now that I've gotten this scent. It's like, I don't smell it anymore, but I have an oil diffuser, but that has jasmine oil in it. But what I keep smelling, it's not jasmine. It's kind of like a warm, fluffy smell. It's like warm and fluffy and kind of floral. But like I said, it's not jasmine. I don't know what it is. I keep smelling it. I wonder why. Maybe it's some kind of spirit or something. God. I need to get a job. I need to get a job. I need a job so fucking badly. You know, I applied to a Dunkin' Donuts. It's a coffee shop. I've worked there off and on for like years. And, you know, like, where am I going? Oh, I applied to one in the town over. It is kind of a hike. And the only way I'd be able to get there is by taking lifts. And that would get expensive really quickly. And I think what I should do, probably shouldn't have even applied to that one. I mean, part of me loves the idea of going somewhere a little further away, but it would be kind of dumb of me to do. That'd be so dumb for me to do. I would love that. I'm so like limited in what I can do. There's a different Dunkin' Donuts that's a lot closer. It's like a 3 or 4 minute drive away. And I could even walk there if I had to. Not that I would ever the fuck want to, but I mean, I would have applied there already, except I cannot figure out how I can apply to that place. Whenever I go online, it doesn't show up on the thing, that location. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to actually go there in person and ask how I can apply. Because they probably have something that I can they probably have something that I can do either on paper or on my phone. But yeah, that other Dunkin' Donuts I applied to is completely stupid for me to even try to work there. I would love to. It's kind of a cute little location, but it would be completely moronic for me to even do that. So stupid. I have to go somewhere closer. I'm just burning bridges all over town, though. Like, I work at a place, and then I quit, like, months later because I just am so fed up with just the madness. The madness. But I would like to think that maybe this time around it'll be different. Just because, and I don't know, maybe this has happened every time before, but right now it seems like this is more of a new recent thing. But I just feel like spending all this time in my apartment is driving me absolutely crazy. I feel like I'm like a breath away from just being sucked down to hell, and it's creeping me out. And I would like to work somewhere. And maybe this time around, I'll remember the fact that spending so much time at home leads to insanity. And I would like to think that I like. See, I'm afraid I'm gonna get a job somewhere. I mean, of course, if I put in effort, I will absolutely get hired somewhere. It's not a matter of will I or won't I get hired somewhere. I mean, I will get a job. I'm just afraid, knowing myself, I'll work there for like 4 or 5 months and then just quit. And most likely, knowing myself, I'll probably quit in some dumb way where I just stop showing up to work instead of giving my 2 weeks. Because I've done that every single time I've ever quit a job ever in my life. I just stop going because I just reach a point where I can't stomach the thought of going back to those places. And, see, I'm just afraid I'll do it again. I'm afraid I will do the same thing again. I mean, I absolutely can get a job somewhere, but I'm just so afraid I'm going to quit in some dumb way. My fear is that I'm going to burn every bridge in town until I'm completely fucked, is what and I would like to think that I would do the right thing, but knowing myself, I'm an idiot. And I just, I don't trust that I'll do the right thing just because I haven't so many times before. That's why I say that. I just know myself and I mean, well, I don't know myself. I don't know. I don't really know much about myself, but like just based on what I've done so many times in the past, I'm afraid I'll just do the same thing all over again. I don't know if that's what is going to happen this time, but it just scares me because that's what I've always done. So I'm just wondering if that's what I'll do again. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to answer Sarah's question. How did my friends see my style today? Let me see what comes up. Let me see what comes up. So Sarah. By the way, hi Sarah. Hope you're doing good. Let me see what comes up. So Sarah, the sense I'm getting from these cards is that, see, when you ask me about your style, I don't know if that means like the way you were dressed or some kind of art project. I have no clue what that means, but I do see a trend in these cards, which is that your friends kind of think you're not being true to yourself. And there's something here about they think you're not really being yourself. So, anyway. So hi Shivali. Does Akash miss me? Long distance. Okay. Shivali. Let me see what comes up. Shivali. Okay, so Shivali, listen. I'm gonna have some faith in what I'm doing. I'm gonna have faith in myself, and I'm gonna have faith in all that is holy and good and pure. So I believe when I look at these cards, it seems like this person you're asking about, it seems to me that the person you're asking about doesn't really feel much deeply about you. And I also get the sense that his actions show that, like a lack of communication, a lack of affection. Let this person's actions speak for themselves. And so, you know, that's all you should know. Um, anyway, so, um, uh, uh, you know, you shouldn't have to wait for this person to really show interest. You shouldn't have to wait your entire fucking life and existence to get something out of this man. And just let it speak for itself. I mean, the world, especially closer to you, you say it's long distance, which, I mean, the thought of a long distance relationship is like crazy to me. But I mean, I've heard it has worked for some people. Why don't, I mean, I'm sure locally where you live, there's probably so many great people you could be with, if that would, people that would really adore you if they got to know you. And you know um anyway, that's all. You wanted to see the cards, and this is what I got. Not very great looking. I need more of this. I've already had like fucking, just in this morning, I've had like, I think like 8 drinks or something. They've all been weak. And I always have to say that because if I tell somebody I had 8 drinks, they immediately want to like put me away. I mean, they've all been, it's almost like 99% just sparkling water. But I just need so much more of that. I need to do something today, get a job. I'll be right back. Give me like 1 minute. I'm back. Yeah, bye, Shivali. It was good reading for you. Hope I hope that was good stuff. I'm gonna be right back. Actually, I'm gonna go grab my sweater because it's getting kind of chilly in here. A little chilly. Oh, my phone made a noise. Oh, what was that? What was that? Let me see. Oh, let me see what that was. You said it'd be something good. Oh, it's nothing. No, it's nothing. Ooh, my video is getting some views. My most recent video, I meant to post it last night, but it didn't get posted until this morning because something about my phone. Made a video this morning. It has 158 views, which is really just nothing compared to like pretty much everybody else. But I'm happy. Makes me happy. That's something. I like the video I made too. I think it has a good message. I'm just really putting people under spells, and I hope they're good. I have good intentions. I have a funny story too, which I probably shouldn't even mention. Actually, now that I think about it. So creeped out. Right now I'm on Facebook dating, which is like how guys meet each other. And girls too. Or just guys and girls, whatever. Of course, I'm a homosexual, so I'm trying to meet guys. I'm looking at a guy right now named Dennis. He's 33. He lives close by, and he enjoys music. He has a lot of records at home. When he says records, does he mean like literally like you would put on a record player? It's kind of cool. I like it. I don't have any records myself, but I do have CDs from back in the day. And once in a while, I'll play a CD on my CD player I could just kind of like it. It's kind of weird nostalgia vibes. He likes film or films, hiking, gardening, road tripping and biking, science fiction nerd with a love for his 2 cats. Oh, Jesus. He likes cats. Isn't that just a boner killer when you hear that someone like has cats? Oh God, not you too. Oh, he has a lot of houseplants. Now, you see, I would be nervous having all those houseplants and then having 2 cats running around. It's funny. I'm making fun of him for having cats, but I actually have thought about getting a cat myself. But just for practical reasons, I'm just not doing that. Because I don't know. I tend in my life, I've had really kind of bad luck. And with my luck, I'd get a cat that is totally just out of its mind, doesn't use the litter box, breaks all my stuff, and scratches up my furniture. That's my fear if I get a cat. And I just feel like that's what would happen. And anyway, but yeah. I don't know. I have no clue how to feel about this. Like, uh, this guy, now I'm on to the next guy. Kind of looks like, you ever just get a vibe from somebody like they're just up to no good? This guy looks like he's kind of attractive. He is attractive, but he's also kind of unusual looking. Oh, see, that's a good picture of him. He makes the same face in every single picture, which to me is a huge red flag. Here's what I feel. If the face that you're making is like a smiling face, like when people get together and take pictures, everybody will smile. If all of your pictures on your dating profile, if it's all you smiling, that's normal. But this guy, he has like 7 pictures of himself, and he's making this same bizarre face in every single picture. I mean, am I crazy to think that that's like some kind of red flag? That's like, who wouldn't think that? I mean, he's cute, but to me, it screams killer. Like, this person's going to kill me. Because who is that guy? Who is the person that posts 7 pictures of himself making the same strange face on your dating profile? Like, what am I supposed to think about you? It's a red flag. There's something wrong with that. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he could be the most harmless, likable person. Odds are that's not true. Okay? Take it from your Uncle Marco. There's a high likelihood this person is some kind of fucked up way. No, I know the truth. Okay, this guy's kind of cute. Also looks like... I wish I could show you the picture I'm looking at. I can't look at this anymore. It's making me sick. Hi, Maria. What's up? How you doing? Hi. Oh, that reminds me. I have something I have a task to do today. I forgot. So, hi, Maria. May I ask for a general for the upcoming week? Okay, Maria. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. Maria. Okay, let's get a vibe. I'll try to say something specific. I usually do that. Like, I'll try to say at least one or two specific things, because I think, I mean, there's a few things I try to do in every reading, and that's one of them. But if I have to just, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, Maria, a message came through. I feel like this week is going to be a little bit rocky. I sense trouble on the way, but if it makes you feel any better, this is not life-changing trouble. Just really, this is like something you would look back on and just see it as like a bump in the road. This isn't a tragedy. And what I sense is that the epicenter of your trouble this week, I feel, it's really going to stem from you not finishing things. So I guess the best way to put this for you, just to give you a little bit of advice, is finish the things that you start. And don't be afraid to exercise your own personal power, because what I'm sensing is that you're starting these tasks. You've gotten the ball rolling, but you're not following through. And the reason you're not following through is it has something to do with you don't want to seem like you're asking for too much, because I think something about this is that it's going to involve bringing other people in, and you feel this sense of like you don't want to seem bossy, or you don't want to maybe in a way you might feel bad for asking other people to help you, because I think it will involve bringing in help from others. But anyway, finish what you start, and because it'll make the days to come a lot smoother. Because you're going to be the one that has to really step up and command other people to help you finish the tasks that you're starting. And don't feel like you're being rude. Don't feel like you're being bossy, or maybe, and if people, because you're probably coming from a very good place. And if people are getting the wrong idea of you, that's really their problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's not your fault that they're misconstruing the situation, like what's going on. So anyway, okay. That was fun. You're welcome. You know what? I need to make friends with some witches. Or even just, well, forget witches. I mean, just friends in general. I need more friends. But you know what I love? I love hearing people talk about like spooky stuff that they've been through. Or like, well, I'm kind of a sucker for like listening to people's stories. I absolutely love. I'm a really good listener, and I'm really good at listening to people talk. And I wouldn't say, it's not that I'm good at listening to them. I think I just enjoy what they have to say so much that it's just fun to listen to, unless people talk about boring stuff, which of course because I'm a normal person, I don't find it fascinating. But like, I love hearing people's stories about things they've done in the past or places they've been. I especially love listening. I love listening to people talk about like supernatural experiences that they've had. Like, because I have been through the most unbelievable things, and I know that's stuff like that really does happen to people. However, it really happened. I know people do experience like wild stuff like that, and I eat that shit up. Oh, if I could make a friend with somebody and invite them over to my apartment and just sit on my couch and I could just listen to them go, I would make a bowl of popcorn and I would just stare at them and just listen to them go on and on. I could do it all day. I could just, I mean, just like, lay it on me. Just let me hear it. Like, I could just, and it doesn't have to be about the supernatural. It doesn't have to be necessarily that vibe. Because honestly, eventually that kind of gets old anyway. But like for example, a couple years ago, I went on a cruise, and there was this guy that I met. Um, what was his name? Dan. I hope he's not watching this. Not that I'm going to say anything bad, but I met this guy named Dan. He was an older guy, and I would speak like I saw him like every day on that cruise because we would hang out at the same bar, and I would just listen to him go on and on about like crazy shit that he's done. Like when he used to be like a motorcycle biker or whatever you call those people, bikers. Way back in the day, he used to be like a biker and he did all this crazy shit. I mean, I spoke like less than 2 words the whole time. He would just go on and I ate that shit up. It's fascinating. It's crazy. I love listening to people and like where they've been, you know? Cool shit. I need to make some friends. Hi, Rena. So, Rena Lewis has a question. Will I meet my future husband this year? Let me see what comes up in the cards. I would love to have a husband. It would also be kind of strange, but so Rena, let me see what comes up. See if I can get anything. I need to put eye drops in my eyes. My contacts are like getting dry and sticky. Rena, I'll show you the cards. Definitely, I think there's definitely this is kind of a clear message about meeting somebody. Rena, I think you will meet somebody this year. Well, I'm kind of doubting it. By the way, these are the cards. I think the Two of Cups and the King of Wands, I think, is mostly about the man you're going to meet. I mean, the Two of Cups is obviously like a romantic card, and I usually see that as like meeting each other, kind of the beginning stages of it. The guy's a really good guy. I'm just kind of wondering about the timing. You know, on second thought, Rena, I feel like it's probably not going to be this year. See, something's telling me, just in my spirit somewhere, I feel like it's probably going to be closer to like, I don't know, like spring of next year. So I think it's going to be like, it's not going to be in 2026, but it's going to be more towards like this mid or late spring of like 2027. I mean, that's not to say maybe you might have like a quick fling here and there, and maybe you might meet something, you might meet someone and it doesn't really develop into anything special. But in terms of meeting somebody really special and like someone who's a really good fit for you, I think it's probably going to be closer to like I just said, like in 2027, sometime in the spring is what came to me. All right. Hi, MM28. Hello. Hi, Tori. So we have a question here from MM28. Can I ask, when will I see David J? Let's see what comes up. Let me see what comes up. Okay. I need an office job. I don't know. That's not it. So MM28. Huh. Well, MM28, I sense from the cards that I feel like it's probably not going to be for about a month. Because I don't think it's super soon, but it's also not that far away. But it is going to be a little bit of a wait. And I feel like David is so busy, especially with like work. Um, I just feel like it's not going to be for probably like another month, just because of um, like something about like people being really busy with things, and then I also see missed opportunities. Like I feel like until then, there probably were a couple times where you could have seen each other, but the vibe is sort of like an opportunity missed. Um, but anyway, all right. Good luck with David. Tori, what would the universe tell me? Okay. Tori. Whenever I see the name Tori, I always think of Tori Spelling. She gets made fun of so much. Like, I don't know if it's just what I'm getting, like what I see on TV, but I always see her getting made fun of. And, like, I don't know. People in podcasts and like different people always make her out to be, um, people always make her out to be like this cuckoo bananas woman. I don't know. So, what would the universe tell me? Let me see what comes up. Hi, Trinity. Hello, people. Um, so, Tori, I'm seeing pretty complex energy. Nothing, I'm not seeing anything major, but it's kind of Interesting. I don't know. Huh. Well, so I'm here to tell you that it's good to be surprised by things. You know, you should probably realize that life is a gift. Who knows where the gift came from? For all we know, you could be the one giving yourself the gift of life, or maybe it was some other being. But life is a gift, and things, when unexpected things come up, I guess no one really ever knows when things are going to happen or where they're going to happen. And sometimes, honestly, things happen that surprise us that aren't really all that pleasant. But there are a lot of good things that come that we also don't see coming. And being surprised by it all is half the fun. And I mean, just ask yourself, what if I lived in a world where nothing could possibly ever surprise me? What if I just knew everything? And what if nobody wants to know every moment of the future, like definitely. You know what I mean? If anybody had the power to do that, it would take absolutely every ounce of piss out of life. And just an idea. And I think that, you're doing the right thing in life. And just follow your heart, do what you love, and remember that a good gift is a good gift. Okay. So I have a question from Trinity. Hi, Trinity. What's coming soon for me? Okay. So, Trinity wants to know what's coming soon. Trinity. That's such a cool name, Trinity. That is like a hardcore badass name. I always think of the movie The Matrix with that woman Trinity, who was my favorite character in those movies. By the way, did you guys see the latest Matrix movie that came out like 2 years ago or something? Like, I think it was the fourth one. What a hot can of garbage that movie was. I mean, I shouldn't totally shit on it because there were a few parts of that movie that I thought were cool. But like, oh, it was kind of garbage. I love all the Matrix movies except the fourth one, the new one. Ugh. Poopy. I'm just pissed off that they got a new guy to play Morpheus. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't just hire the other guy that played Morpheus. You know what I mean? Because that guy, like, I mean, like we all like Morpheus, the original guy. Why would you? Why? I mean, nobody, whatever. But unless he just didn't want to do it, but whatever. Um, so I feel deranged right now. Um, Trinity, what's coming soon for me? Trinity. I kind of see you getting yourself into things that you really probably shouldn't. I kind of, and what I can say that I feel is that like, I feel like you're going to agree to do something that maybe isn't really well thought out on your part because you're kind of, I feel like you're going to be obligating yourself to do something where you're really not considering where it's leading. And I just feel like you're going to put a lot on your own plate that maybe, like you're making things too hard on yourself. And I see you learning a skill. I see that, I see you learning some kind of trade or skill, like you're studying something in the coming days. So getting smarter about something. Okay. Crystal, hello, Crystal. Crystal is in the building. No, Crystal has entered the building. That's what they say. Everything's going okay. Today's not a terrible day so far. You know, just doing stuff. I really need a job. I really. I really want to do something. I want to. Oh my God. See, Crystal, I really need a job, because I would love to get money and I would love like a steady paycheck. But more than anything else, I fucking need a job right now because I'm losing my mind. I can't stay in this apartment day after day, looking at the same fucking walls. I need to get out and be among the people. I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to get a steady paycheck, and I need it to be in return for some kind of service I'm providing. I need it. Okay. Touch of Love. Hi, Touch of Love. I love your name. That's like a genius name. Oh, it's snowing. Well, they said it was gonna, and it's snowing. Anyway, so the question is, did Rex meet up with a chick when he went out of town? Okay. Let's see the vibe. Okay, so Touch of Love. Did Rex meet up with the chick when he went out of town? Let's see what comes up. Let's see what comes up. I mean, no. Touch of Love. I'm not really seeing that in these cards, like anything about. Because if he did meet up with a chick, and I know what you mean when you say that, like probably hook up or something like that. I imagine the spread would look very different um, if that was the case. Something tells me that he couldn't have even if he wanted to, because most likely what the only thing it could have been was him being preoccupied with other things, like busy with other things. But I don't get the sense that anything like that happened. Hi, Margaret. Okay. What are Corey's thoughts about me? He seems to be trying. All right, let's see what comes up, Crystal. Okay. Okay, those are shuffled. So Crystal's question, what are Corey's thoughts about me? He seems to be trying. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what comes up. Okay. Well, Crystal, you know, I'm seeing disappointment in these cards. That's what I would call it. I would call it maybe uh, confusion, disappointment, and this uneasy feeling. And you say he's trying. And weren't you the one? I think it was yesterday. Weren't you the one? I can't remember if it was you, but I think it was you. You were saying, oh, I think that was someone else. Are you not showing him much love in return? I mean, you say that he's trying, but are you? Because I feel like you're not really giving him much. Because what I'm seeing in him is this, like he's having doubts about things. Like I feel like you're not exactly showing him enough like affection, or you're being distant or something. Maybe for whatever reason, I don't really know where you're coming from. But um it's like something like that. I can't think of any other reason why he would be feeling this way other than like maybe you're not like it must be that you're not like because but and I say this because you're also the one who said that he's actually making an effort, like he's trying, which says something. So it seems like maybe just show him a little bit more affection or something. Or something. I don't know. Um, okay. So, Margaret, will it work out for me to leave New York in June? Okay, it's exciting. And by the way, Crystal, once again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but all the cards that I was looking at, there was nothing suspicious or hateful or dark. The sense I got was just disappointment and doubt. It wasn't anything that's like, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't anything like worrisome, but it was just that kind of a thing. Okay, then. So, Margaret's question. Will it work out for me to leave New York in June? Margaret, I see a lot of blessings. I think if you leave New York, I don't know where you're heading to, but I think that if you follow through with this plan, I see a lot of abundance. I see stability, financial stability. I see really good things. I think I feel like this move will empower you, but it's not going to be perfect. You're never going to find a perfect existence, but it will be much better than what you've been doing, and a lot of good is going to come of it. And um, you know, um, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be damn near close. So, all right. Hi, Content. Hi, Starry Night. So Starry Night has a question. What would help me move on from Joseph? I have been live for 3 hours and 41 minutes. Yikes. I think I'm going to get offline soon. But I'm going to finish up the questions that have already been asked. So, Starry Night, what would help me move on from Joseph? Let me see what comes up. Starry Night. I think you will move on from Joseph. You're absolutely going to. Um, I think you need to ignite some kind of fire inside yourself somewhere and remember the things that are really important to you in another person. Remember who you are, what the things that you like in people. Um, and I also kind of get the sense that you're maybe just being a little crazy. And I mean, I get it too. I'm crazy half my life. I'm just oozing crazy. But maybe just try to come back down to earth a little bit. I think you're gonna absolutely have the happily ever after that you're looking for. I think it's a matter of time before you really um, get exactly what you want. Um, but you know, um, so I think what's going to help you move on is just knowing in your heart that you're going to, and I mean, I'm sure. Listen, there are probably moments all throughout every day that you wake up in your bed. There's probably several moments throughout the day when you're not even thinking about Joseph. Like in those moments, he doesn't even exist to you. I mean, everybody's like that. I think right now is probably just things are a little fresher and like, you know, um, just give it some time. I mean, with time, you'll think about him less and less and less until you really hardly think about him at all. Um, but okay. And by the way, if you think magic was done to you, and if that's honestly what's bothering you, then just conjure up your own magic. I think the great power of magic will listen to you just like it will listen to any other being. I believe in magic too, and I think it'll listen to me just as much as anyone else. And, I think it'll make you feel better if you just, do some kind of ritual or spell and leave it there and move on. Um, and it might be something you have to do occasionally, forever. But, well, if you don't want to get involved with magic, why don't you like see a priest or go to a Catholic church? I don't know. Um, Ask for a blessing from a priest or something if you don't want to do anything like that. But, do something. I think you'll feel better if that's honest to God what's bothering you. Um, oh, you'll feel better. Just give it time. Content. So the last question I have to answer is content, and then I'm going to take off for now. You're welcome, Starry Night. So content. What does Jenkins think of me? Are you pulling my leg? This person's name is Jenkins. Jenkins. Okay, I believe you. Jenkins. It's like a janitor on Scooby-Doo. So content. What does Jenkins think of me? Let me see what comes up. Oh, gosh. So Jenkins really likes you. Content. This person really likes you. I see wonderful, wonderful energy. And this person does not agree with you completely, because there is a card here that this person might not agree with everything you think and do, but this person still really likes you. So, because I feel like that's kind of a problem here. I think that's kind of part of why you're motivated to even ask the question, because maybe the person shows that maybe they don't totally agree with you, but that doesn't matter. I mean, the person still really adores you. Not romantically. I don't think this person likes you romantically, but definitely likes you. Love. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question, actually. I'm going to answer Love's question, and then I'm absolutely leaving. Love. Do I have any healing abilities on this path life? Okay. I'm going to answer this. And then I'm leaving. And I have to pee again. So, Love, of course you have healing abilities, because you weren't born yesterday, and you have knowledge, and knowledge is power. I mean, if anything, there are, you probably heal yourself. What do you heal yourself with? You know, you probably have all kinds of practices to make yourself happy, and to, like, whether it's, I mean, it could be a million things that you do just to enjoy yourself. And of course, if you do those things for other people, it's a healing experience. If, I mean, how do you define healing? I just think that, like, what makes you feel good. And if you do the same thing for others, that's going to make them very happy, and in moments of joy, you're kind of healed from every problem you have. So do what you love for other people. But I think especially something that you are really gifted at, if we're talking about you specifically, I think you're a really good judge of character, and you are very quick to pick up on what is right and what is wrong. And I think you're someone who's very wise at, like, mediating people who are having disagreements. You know, you'll listen. It's like you're a good judge of character, and you're just a good judge. Like I almost think you would be a very good judge because, you know, you're good at memorizing things. You're very smart, but also like I'm not telling you to go out and be a fucking judge. I'm just saying, if you were stuck in the middle of two people that are disagreeing about something, you can make both people feel heard while at the same time, like, kind of clearly seeing who's wrong and who's right. Um, anyway, all right, I'm gonna go now, and I'm going to I have a couple tasks I need to do today. And I've been live now for like 4 hours, and I think it's time I go and make a couple phone calls. And anyway, all right, bye. Goodbye, good friends, goodbye.